How's it going, guys? My name is Matt, and today I'm going to bring you the best $1,000 gaming PC that you can build in July 2013. This PC is going to be able to play all the most recent games on max settings, apart from a few if you crank the AA all the way up. But without further ado, let's get started. So first off, we have the CPU. As you can see, I chose the Intel Core i5-4670K. First off, it's a fast processor. It's got a 3.8 GHz turbo speed. Second, it's a quad core. That's a lot of cores. By the time you need more than 4 cores for games, you'll need a new processor. Third, it's extremely overclockable. That's what the 4670K means. The K stands for an unlocked multiplier. Fourth, it's part of Intel's new generation codenamed Haswell, which is key features is that it's faster and it's got extremely low power. And lastly, it's part of a living socket, so you have plenty of upgradability. This processor is coming in at $240 and starts us off well for this build. Next up, we have the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Plus. It's a simple cooler. It cools well, it's quieter than the stock cooler, it's cheap, and it's upgradable, meaning that you can put new fans in it for better performance and aesthetics. It's only $28, but don't let the price fool you. This thing will handle some mild overclocks. Speaking of overclocking, next up we have the AceRock Z87 Pro 3 motherboard. I chose this motherboard because it's the Z87 chipset, which is an overclockable chipset. Can't go crazy with this board, but you don't need to. In a modern day gaming PC, it's more important to have GPU power than CPU power. It has a PCIe Express 3.0 x 16 slot, which is best for your graphics card. You have plenty of SATA connectors, supports very fast RAM, and the best part is it's only $80 because of a $20 coupon code when purchased with the i5-4670K, which is also in this build. Next is the RAM, which is pretty boring. I chose the Wintec One 8GB 1600 MHz RAM. I chose it because it's 8GB, which is plenty for everyday use and gaming. It's 1600 MHz, so it's standard speed, and it's dual channel, which takes advantage of your motherboard's features. It's only $53, so you can't really go wrong. For storage, I went with a Western Digital 1TB 7200 RPM internal drive. I didn't get an SSD because in a gaming build, space is more important than speed. I chose this drive because it's got a terabyte of space, which is plenty for a ton of games, and it's fast at 7200 RPM. It's also only $60, so it's a great deal. Finally, moving on to the good stuff. For the GPU, I chose a Gigabyte GeForce GTX 770. This is a brand new card. It surpasses a 680 in terms of performance. And I chose this particular model because it has the WindForce cooler, which has 3 fans, which is extremely quiet, and it runs super cool. It's really fast. It's clocked at 1.14 GHz, which is an overclocked version of the 770, and it comes with a free game, which is Splinter Cell Blacklist, if that pertains to you. This GPU comes in at $406, and it's the most expensive part of this build, but in a gaming PC, it should be. Next up is the case. Keep in mind the cases are largely personal preference, and this is just my choice. I chose the Corsair 200R. I chose it because it has decent cable management, no grommets, just holes. It's sleek and looks minimalistic, and it has plenty of fan mounts, including side ones for your graphics card. It comes in at $60. It's pretty cheap, but it gets the job done. Feel free to change it if you want, though. Last but not least, the power supply. I went with the Seasonic G-Series 550W 80+ gold certified power supply. I went with this PSU because it has 550 watts, which is plenty. It's very efficient. It's 80+ gold certified. It's from Seasonic, and if you're purchasing from Seasonic, you know you're buying quality. And lastly, it's modular, meaning you only plug in and use the cables that you need, which really does help with cable management. This power supply comes in at $80, but it's well worth it to pay a little bit of a premium for a really nice power supply. That's it, guys. That's my $1,000 gaming PC in July 2013. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you have any questions concerning part selection, or if you could switch out parts, or if you have suggestions for a future build or a future budget, please leave a comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a nice day, guys.